Hello, my name is Tassin Pejabrazali. I am currently talking again about my dissertation topic, life cycle evaluation through BIM-based advanced calculation virtual environment workflows. The reason for my research relates to the ANC high carbon emissions related to material manufacturing and building operations. And one of the goals is to improve existing build stock in Europe, follow at trying to achieve the nearly zero energy buildings. I created a methodology that uses BIM models data together with calculation virtual tools, using values from data sources to simulate existing conditions and improvement scenarios, integrating results for comparison. And the goal is to create a BIM-based data-oriented strategy following design update with one model filtered by phases, which results are hosted in the cloud and easily shared. I follow European guidelines, the European Green Deal, aiming carbon neutrality in 2050, European Performance Building Directive towards the nearly zero energy building, which is a building with a high performance envelope. It demands it has low energy demand. This energy is provided by renewable sources. The building is connected to the grid, and whenever it generates more energy than it consumes, it becomes an energy positive building. I use BIM as a procedure for creating information models as a repository for data. The project grows according to the increase of details. It's useful for every phase of the building life cycle. It becomes a reliable source for research, and I can use it as a sequence of files for communication between team members by exporting FC, BFC, and reporting to Autodesk Revit in this case. My case study, I use a 3D model created with Revit, so I can have a full control of the modeling process with the creation of schedules, which generates data that I will need for my virtual calculation environments process that I will introduce like right now. For my case study, I needed to locate an hypothetical single house. So I chose the area of Nozedo in the southeast of Milan. And for that approach, I would need surveys and information from a point in party related to technical design, technical data, 3D data, and technical visit. But the most important thing when I evaluate an existing building and develop a model with several phases is the existing materials properties, which is acquired by technical survey, thermophotogrammetry, thermocalculation methods, standards, and databases if I have them. I developed an as-is building with, and I focused on the envelope composition items such as roof, walls, doors, windows, and structural systems for both phases. But in the second phase, I add insulation layers, and I chose 5 different insulation types. Also, I added solar panels, so I could calculate the energy generation also to provide a reliable result for the LCA calculation. I chose my insulation types using environmental product declarations. They are documents that exposes the environmental impact of the product. It complies with the ISO 14025. The documents are internationally recognized. They are provided by manufacturers, and they can also be compliant with regional and national standards, and they have a validation period. The information related to the life cycle assessment of the materials, they are delivered in the EPDs in that format. And usually it only has the information related to the product stage and the end of life stage. Those are the values that calculates the carbon emission rates related to the materials included in the model. So I chose 5 insulation types, each one with, it follows information from the EPD, which are the main ones are the width of the material that the information that I have in the EPD relates to. So I have the widths. 3 of these materials have the same one, but all of them have different conductivity values. And the conductivity values influences the material's performance, impacting the energy consumption values. Because I'm using BIM, Dynamo allows me to create visual programming scripts. I developed one where I can acquire material quantity takeoffs values, and I applied the same one for all the envelope categories that I needed. And the process is that one, I start with Revit, so I use both of the one script, and I acquire schedules automatically inside the authoring tool. Those information are important for me to calculate the existing thermal conditions of the envelope items for both phases. The difference is that the data acquired related to the material values of thermal conductivity specifically and thermal resistance, they come from EPDs for the insulation materials, and for the existing one, the previous one, I used tables from the ISO 6946. After these calculations are performed, I use parameters to add those informations to the green building properties of the model in both phases. And with those information, it allows me to generate analytical simulations, which results I can see in the Autodesk Insight and Green Building. Autodesk Insight and Green Building, they are connected to Revit, so I have this smooth connection and automated. Whenever I update, it updates it generates new results that I can use since I have 5 different materials. After I input this data, in the parameters, I generate analytical model in Revit, and the results for existing conditions building and the 5 attempts of the 5 materials that I chose are shown to me in Autodesk Insight and Green Building Studio. Autodesk Insight retrieves me strategies to improve building performance. They can be useful or irrelevant, like for instance, the orientation building. Every change that I do, it gives me a different consumption rate and a different cost rate. And these values, this calculation are done for every material that I use. And after that, Green Building Studio calculates operational carbon. It calculates the energy use and cost for every item, including the existing. The one that I'm showing it gives me the annual energy consumption of the building. In this value, I have for every material that I tried, and they are all important values for me to input in One-Click LCA, the life cycle assessment tool that I used for calculation of carbon emissions for every try that I did. The methodology for carbon emission virtual calculation starts in Revit, and through an add-in, I access the dedicated windows for the One-Click LCA calculation, the life cycle assessment calculation. The tool allows me to select the phase, select the categories that I want to evaluate, and the materials that I need to map to send the carbon emission calculation, virtual calculation environment, transferring it to a cloud source, cloud-based platform. This process is the same for both phases that I'm working with. This one relates to the existing phase, so existing conditions. I need to map all the materials that I chose, that I can choose with a data source provided by the One-Click LCA tool. The installation phases, the second phase works the same way, but I need to change in the square tree there to the installation phase. And then it updates the categories, it updates the material, which I have to map again, the new ones. And now I am transferring it to the cloud service website. The One-Click LCA is a software as a service. It allows to run by or enroll in a service with providing remote digital and high processing capability, and the results are hosted in the cloud. The One-Click LCA calculates the carbon emission related to the materials for both phases. So in here, basically, I have the inclusion of data from the calculations that I did previously. Building materials are filled with data uploaded from the add-in tool. Energy consumption, I add the value that I acquired by calculating in Green Building Studio. Water consumption and construction site operations, I don't have any data because it's not mandatory. Building area and calculation period, it is manually inputted and mandatory. Once I fill at least 4 of the 6 tabs, I get as a result the embodied carbon overview, which the tool shows me by stages and by materials. The process to calculate the carbon emission related to the new materials, but with the particularity of using the existing building by maintaining it, because the idea is to not destroy. I want to see the difference by related to keep that building standing. I need to, for each material, I need to create a new design, update the materials quantities, and for the new ones, for the installation types ones, I need to add to include as reused materials, as you can see here, number 3. So it considers the existing embodied carbon. And at the same time as I reuse those materials, I also zero the transportation values, because those inputs in this tool decreases the emissions related to stages A1, A3 related to material production, and B6, which is energy, if I'm not mistaken, yes. For the installation type, again, other than the previous included materials that I calculated previously, I also need to calculate the energy supply that I want, because the NZEB, it is characterized by having its energy needs generated by solar panels or any other kind of renewables. So this tool has this place, and I used another calculation virtual environment called European Union Photovoltaic Performance Tool, PVGIS. This tool, virtual calculation, uses the coordination system of my project, and it requires performance data from the PV manufacturer. Both data needs to be included manually, and after I include them, it gives me the yearly photovoltaic energy production provided by renewables, which is now my energy supply, which I decrease from the energy demand, resulting in the exported energy. This exported energy is added together with the energy demand in the energy consumption annual tab. The use of renewables as electricity generation source is shown in stage D of the LCA as benefits. It doesn't decrease the carbon emission related to energy use.
So please, less than 1 minute, okay? Thank you.
I lost it. Okay, so using BIM data allows me to calculate the environmental impact automatically. I can merge values from other calculation platforms. I can update data easily. The results are in the cloud, and I can use the values for many goals. The calculation, using virtual calculation tools allows me to visualize in several ways and understand the emissions related to every item that I include in the calculation. In this case, whenever I added the energy-related values, so it gives me the carbon emissions related to the energy use. All these values generated me a huge amount of data, and I bring all of them together in this table. And some of them I chose to show the change. The difference between the parameters. So here I can see that the high performance material, which is the 0.02 in the bottom of the page, it doesn't relate to the highest resistance, which would make sense. But in this case, it doesn't, because of the materials related to the production of that insulation type. So the conclusions, this workflow, it's a strategy for refurbishment works, combining generated data based on BIM. So all the data that I used for this calculation was was acquired by a BIM process. The EPDs are a requirement in the industry, and their compliance with the international, regional, national, and local regulations. The cloud-based comparable connecting material quantities and all this that I calculated, it's a cloud-based comparable and fast way to evaluate options to reach the NZEBs. These calculation methods can be acquired, they can be accessed from anywhere. They are cloud-based, they are interactive for data visualization, they can be managed, imported, and exported. The EPD is conditioned on the quality of the modeling material. There are endless ways to compare scenarios. So it mostly, the results from calculation virtual environments, they need to be just like BIM. You need to know, you need to define what is the end of your evaluation to decide how you're going, how and why you're going to calculate everything that you can, because the options are a lot.
We have to finish, Tatiana.
The quality of the existing conditions of the building was a limitation for me because it's not really assertive. The data
30 seconds, okay?
Seems incompatible with existing materials due to the work conditions. And most tools that used for LCA calculations requires licenses. And yes, finally working with multiple data files and their connections requires organized and systematic sequence to their location aiming comparison rules. Thank you.